Thank you, folks. I'm Eric Schlumpf, the President and CEO of Stuart Therapeutics. I want to give you an update on the company and what we're doing. For those of you that aren't familiar with our technology, we are developing a synthesized collagen mimic. It's a mimic of a fractional single strand of a collagen helix. The mechanism of action is to repair that portion of the helix that is unwound or damaged by matrix metalloproteinase in inflammation or in disease, or trauma, excuse me. Very selective binding, very selective repair, beneficial to epithelial cells, endothelial cells, and nerve cells. And in the eye and on the ocular surface, the anterior segment, there's a lot of places where collagen comes into play: basement membrane, Bowman's layer, the stroma. The ocular surface damage or desiccating stress triggers MMPs and IL-6, which leads to epithelial compromise, and we all know what happens in dry eye disease when you get epithelial compromise. So our platform really has delivered for the company broadly, not just in ocular surface disease. We've got fantastic results out of our phase 3A with meaningful outcomes on day 2, which I'll go into in a moment. We expect a fourth quarter 28 PDUFA date for dry eye disease. We have the opportunity to extend the line with a corneal wound healing product that's dosed 4 times a day topically. And the IP estate extends well into the 30s with the opportunity for a 5-year patent extension. So that ST100, our lead candidate for dry eye disease, we're agnostic as to the type of dry eye that we're treating. Any type is available to us because we're a reparative. The outcomes in the phase 3A included a day 2 corneal staining improvement that's better than any other approved therapeutic at any other time point, and I'll go into greater detail about that in just a moment. We also, on that same day, had broad symptom relief across a number of different visual analog scales, symptom scores. We have spent quite a bit of time with KOLs and with payers and have received very, very, very positive support for what is a unique reparative profile and disease-modifying drug. Our phase 3B trial is planned for late this year. With adding the corneal wound healing program gives us another shot on goal, and we've de-risked the program with the FDA. So I talked about staining. We ran a challenge model in the trial. We took the patients in on day 1, took their baseline measurements, then we put them in the controlled adverse environment chamber to elevate staining and elevate symptoms. When we looked at the patients after 2 doses, the dose the night they went home after the challenge, and when they came in the next day after their morning dose of the drug, what we saw was 12% improvement in total corneal staining versus baseline. And that meant that we had overcome the additional staining associated with the challenge the day before. So when you look at it as the staining score they went home with before they took the drug, we had a 37% improvement in staining, total corneal staining. So that kind of massive change was felt by the patients. They were literally asking the doctor for the drug on that second visit day. And our time of impact, that onset of impact on day 2 is a really nice feature for the drug. So the fast, broad impact and significant depth of impact is important. We hit a lot of symptoms. We hit 6 out of the 7 VAS symptoms on day 2 with statistical significance, and the drug is very highly tolerable. Only about a 10% adverse event rate, burning and stinging on instillation, and it's self-resolved. We think we're hitting the sweet spot. Something that has this depth of impact, this quickly, and broad symptom relief is the kind of thing that the community's been looking for in a dry eye therapeutic. Fast, clinically significant results, greater than 20% results, which is also an objective of physicians, and ease of use with no side effects. So we're very pleased about our positioning against existing therapeutic technologies. We've de-risked the program, consistent trial design in each of the trials we've run across phase 2 and phase 3A, clear support from the FDA with respect to our patient population selection inclusion criteria, nice results in relatively small trials from a statistical standpoint, and that tolerability, toxicity data, an easy product for the patients to like. We've got support from the FDA, and we've got on our endpoints and on our 8-day trial design. The ocular surface franchise for us is that dry eye therapeutic program, large market, obviously, with a follow-on opportunity in corneal wound healing. There are other indication opportunities because collagen is ubiquitous throughout the eye and is implicated in a number of different disease indications. Thank you very much for your time today. I appreciate it.